Hi, how's it going? What is up, my little booger schnitzels? I'm a little bit hyped up on caffeine, but it's fine. It's been a while. I don't know how to compose myself anymore. Hi, welcome back to my channel. It's been a few months, I know. I'm sorry, I've been neglecting. Today, we are going to be doing everyday makeup routine, what I wear to work pretty much every single day. It's very natural, it's glowy, it's simple, there's not a lot of steps. Almost every product I use is drugstore. I'm legitimately like sweating. We're gonna power through. If you wanna see how I got this kind of like glowy makeup look, then stay tuned. Beautiful. All right, moving on. First and foremost, let's start with primer. Now, I put primer on because I'm very, very oily. I've already put moisturizer on my face and sunscreen. Never forget sunscreen. You don't want sunspots and shit. Oh yeah, also ignore this scab. I lost control. Couldn't handle it. Anyways, for primer, I'm using the Becca First Light priming filter. It's kind of like a brightening primer. Wow. Derpy derp. Also, sorry for the noise. That's my air conditioning unit. It's fucking hot here today. It has to stay on. I'm just gonna put that just kind of mostly in the center of my face, just to create like a nice barrier. Okay, next I do a little bit of color correcting because of like this behemoth. Oh shit, I'm gonna knock my coffee over. Put a little bit of a green color corrector on to dull down the redness a little bit. This is the Maybelline Master Camo in the green. You can just put this on just like any red spots. Sorry, I'm just blocking the camera, don't mind me. Can you see what I'm doing? Probably not. How's everyone been? It's been a hot minute. I couldn't film because I literally had people staying with me for over a month, and I really wasn't feeling really up to doing much, honestly. Also, I feel like my hair has gotten so much longer since the last time I filmed. Okay, I'm getting so distracted. Do you like my green mustache? Moving on, I'm going to put concealer on my face. I don't want to put foundation on because I will sweat literally the whole thing off. Just kind of spot conceal. I mix the two Maybelline Fit Me concealers. One is in 25 medium, the other one is in 20 sand. I'm like in between tan and pale. We're just gonna roll with it. I'm just gonna put this on any places I need to conceal, mostly over the green shit. Once again, blocking the fucking camera. Can't get that right, can I? I have a pimple up here. That's unusual. Oompa loompa doopa dee doo. The weirdness has not gone away. And then I'm gonna take my Real Techniques. I'm too lazy to wet my beauty blender, but this is actually a really good, affordable, like face brush. Real Techniques Expert Face Brush. I've probably used this since I was like 20 years old. I'm just gonna buff in all the concealer. I have not been good at going to the gym lately. When you have people staying with you, it kind of throws off your routine, which is fine, don't get me wrong. I love when my friends come to visit, but you fall out of, you know, any habits you've developed just because you have someone else living with you. What is happening here? Let's try this one. Pretty. Coffee break. Moving on. Whoop. Okay, now that everything is like buffed in, very light, but you've just kind of spot concealed any of your problem areas. Well, honestly, like if you want to go full beat, yeah, you do you, boo-boo. Every pore on my body sweats. Forehead, nose, everything. Now I'm gonna take those same concealers and put them under my eyes. I don't really have like darkness, a little bit of bagginess. I really get like purple under eyes. Sorry, my ear was itching. My whole face is itching right now. Fuck. After I just put concealer on. Itch, itch, itch. Do you know when you have like a hair on your face, but you can't find it? Fucking itchy. I'm gonna dab this under my eyes. I'm just gonna take my same brush and buff that out. Ignore the atrocious mess that's going on back here. Yeah, I have no excuse. Very organized in my work life. At home, that's another story. If World War III happened, the aftermath would be what my apartment currently looks like. My friend and I just went and got brunch yesterday. We were thinking of the weirdest questions. We realized we've never seen a baby pigeon. Have you? Has anyone out there seen a baby pigeon? You know what? We Googled them. You know what they're called? Squabs. You're a squab. Squab. Oh, she's such a squab. It's gonna be trending. Just watch. Everything is buffed in and you're looking flawless. We're gonna powder to control that oily shit. But I'm gonna use the Maybelline Fit Me powder in light. If you want a really good high-end powder, the Fenty Beauty powder is phenomenal. It's so like finely milled and soft and blurry, but I just ran out of it, so I can't use it. This is a really good powder that you can pick up at like CVS or Walgreens, Target. I'm just gonna take that on a big fluffy brush and just... At work, we had this clerk a couple months ago. He only lasted about 3 weeks. One of his first days working at our firm, he found out that we like stock the kitchen with a bunch of stuff every week. Found out we had iced coffee in the fridge. He called our firm the Tits Carlton. You heard that right. Yes, he called it the Tits Carlton. To our secretary, that was not so good of a start. He would also just bust into our offices unannounced. Was not invited to the meeting. Would just walk in. I'm sorry, what? Who does that? Now that I'm done like powdering, I'm going to do bronzer. I don't really like to contour during the day because it's just like too much. I'm gonna take the Marc Jacobs Omega Bronze. I love this. This is beautiful. It is a little pricey, but honestly, it's so worth it. If you want a drugstore kind of dupe for it, the Physicians Formula Butter Bronze is so nice. It's back there somewhere, but I'm not gonna go get it because I'm too lazy. You can find that one at CVS, but I'm just gonna go in and I'm just gonna bronze my face. My God, you know what I forgot to tell you? I totally forgot because it's been like 3 months. Secretary, my friend, and I decided to go to a Bachelor open casting call just for shits and giggles. We pounded about 3 bottles of rosé while we were getting ready for this. You had to take these weird headshots. And it's like another waiting game. We met this like 21-year-old whose boyfriend had just broken up with her like a week prior to this. And she was just like,
no, the best way I thought to get back at my boyfriend would be to try out for The Bachelor.
Okay, sweetie.
You know, my boyfriend cheated on me.
Oh, you know, I want to be on the show to find love.
That was our Bachelor casting call experience. Okay, now that we're looking crazy, Jesus. Oh, fuck. There's a huge ass wasp right outside. I almost just pooped myself. Hate bugs. I will literally shamelessly parkour over benches and people to get away from a bug. Don't care. I'm gonna add some blush. This is the L'Oreal True Match blush in Subtle Sable. Peachy color blush brush. Let's move on to the eyes. We'll come back to highlighter later. Why am I sweating so profusely right now? I am dying. The palette I'm gonna be using today is the James Charles Morphe palette. I'm also gonna use a little bit of the Natasha Denona. This looks like trash. Holy shit. I literally, as you can tell, I love this. I take this everywhere with me. I'm just gonna take a big fluffy brush, which is just kind of like a nice taupey color called Shell, and buff that into my crease. Can you see it's kind of like faint, subtle? Nice. It's very, very nice. What is wrong with me? Then I'm gonna take kind of like this eyeshadow brush, this one right here. I'm gonna just kind of put that lightly all over my lid, just to give it a little bit of like, You know, like, because this is what I wear to work if I wake up early enough to even put anything on my face. Beautiful. I am still single. Send any cute boys my way. Please don't do that. I can't be bothered. I'm going to use the James Charles palette, and I'm going to go into this one right here. Kind of like a darker, like brownish color on a like smaller brush, and buff that like into the outer corner to give it a little bit more depth. Now I'm gonna go back in with my big fluffy brush, and I'm actually gonna use a little bit of the bronzer this time, which is honestly a really good trick. If you just want like a nice kind of like light shade, use your bronzer and you can like buff it into your crease to just give it like a very light, easy dimension, so it kind of gives your eyes a little bit of a pop. But I'm gonna use this, and I'm gonna use it to buff out the edges of this. Just use a very light hand. Also, if you hold it towards the back, it'll help you use a lighter hand when you like buff out. The closer you hold it, the harsher it is. So if you hold it towards the edge, it's almost like feathery a little bit. So now you have this nice little gradient going on, which looks like fairly natural. I'm gonna take this little itty bitty brush to go under my eyes. I'm gonna go back in with this shade again. Where is it? This one. And just buff that under my eyes. I'm just gonna take like this huge fluffy brush though and just go lightly over the top part here. There's nothing on this, by the way. I just use this to always buff out the edges. And I'll just lightly brush over the tops and underneath as well. Buff it out without any color. Ooh, I'm feeling myself. Feeling myself. I'm feeling myself. I'm feeling myself. Someone call the police. Getting crazy over here. Now that the eyes are done for eyeshadow, that's pretty much all I do. I'm gonna take kind of like this really flat brush, the Becca highlighter in Champagne Pop. I'm gonna take that and the little brush. I'm gonna pop that on the inner corners of my eyes to brighten them up. I love makeup. Now we're gonna highlight the face, like e.l.f. brush. It's kind of like more narrow this way and this way. Champagne Pop highlighter again. And put this on the high points of my cheeks. On the tip of my nose. Down the bridge of my nose. I'm just gonna brush out my brows. This is just like a spoolie brush. And I'm just gonna kind of brush through them. Only because the hairs are just so not cooperating today. And that's all for brows. Now we're just going to do mascara. This is the L'Oreal Lash Paradise. This is in Blackest Black, and I don't do the waterproof either because I literally cannot get that off of my lashes. So I'm just gonna take this and I'm gonna do top and bottom. This is what my lashes look like. I'm gonna put on just like a little bit of a lip tint water gel. I picked it up from CVS and it looks kind of dark, but it's really not. This one is called Red Bean Press. Just gives it like a little bit of a tint. So we have reached the end. Final step is setting spray. I'm just gonna be using the Mario Badescu rose water spray. It's very like refreshing. It'll set the powder and kind of lock everything in place. This I picked up from like Urban Outfitters. You can get it on Amazon. So I'm just going to now here comes like the slow-mo, just you guys, thank you so much for sticking around. Hopefully you enjoyed this. Kind of figured like an everyday look would have been more helpful. This is what I wear pretty much like on a daily basis. If you like want to see something in particular, leave it down below. If you want to continue to see all this stuff, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, leave a comment, thumbs this up. I hope this was helpful, or I'll leave the entire list of products down below for you so you know what I used. Thank you so much for sticking around. I hope you guys have a beautiful, sunny, bright day. And I will talk to you next time. Peace.